to go? All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is a meeting of the Transportation Committee. Today is Monday, October 23rd. Our first item of business today is consideration of the minutes from the September 25th and October 4th meetings. Yeah, so the dates that we have need to be corrected. So on the report that says September 11th, that should be September 25th. There's a couple of grammatical things that I can hand you, Kim. Mainly under section 4 instead of VO, that should be, read via. And then for the report that says October 25th, that should be October 4th. RAS will not be using ground penetrating radar. There's no other additions or corrections. You consider a motion to approve those.
Yeah, move approval of the September 25th and October 4th meeting minutes with the noted exceptions.
All right. Second, so those minutes are approved. All right, next up we have applications for certificate of public necessity of conveyance. First up is Compassionate Care Wheels. Sergeant Knight.
Yes, she is not here. She was notified of something with a child. She's not able to be here today. So far in the process, application was good. Background check was clear. Something came up this morning. She just notified me she's not able to be here.
Okay.
So move this to full council with affirmative recommendation.
All right. Second, so that motion passes. Next applicant is Caring Hands Medical Transportation and Courier, LLC.
Trina Little? Yes. She's here today.
Good morning. Yes. Get a little bit of free advertising here for, so just tell us what you're doing and.
Well, it's a non-emergency medical transportation. I came up with it when I worked at long-term care, that they needed the transportation to get some of the residents and patients to dialysis and doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So that's basically what it is. My van is a wheelchair accessible, so.
Great. Awesome. All right. So Sergeant Knight, she's passed a background check and.
Background check was good. Yes, you said it's gonna start on one vehicle, right?
Yes, one thing.
Right. Okay.
Move approval.
Second. So anything else you want to add, Council Woods?
Go for it, that'd be great. Wait till we, come back full council, but, and then go for it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that motion passes. Next up, we have Limo Serve LLC. Hello. This one's a little different. It's actually applying for limo service.
First one?
Yep. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, we transport executive clients, the movie stars and actors, because the Birmingham is kind of like a currency business, and I would like to see it with the transportation of these clients.
Yeah, so you're based in Hoover, but you're looking to operate in the city of Birmingham.
Yes, that's what
Yep.
it's, I have an office in Birmingham Airport, and we're actually, I'm the only company based by Birmingham Airport, which is good. Very convenient
Yep.
for transportation.
Okay. All right. And he's,
Background was good, a vehicle inspections, he had everything in place I needed.
all right. Motion.
So we have plenty of movie stars coming through. But I move approval.
All right, second. So that motion passes. Thank you. And lastly, we have Burke's Enterprise LLC. And this is another non-emergency application. Good afternoon, Mr. Burks. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Do a lot of airports, runs from Birmingham, Atlanta, and down to Hoover. Also got some power to that for Atlas, transporting them back and forth.
Okay. All right. And he's,
Background good, all vehicle inspections, insurance, yes, he had everything in place as well.
okay.
Move approval.
All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. You're good to go.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. That brings us to new and old business. Got anything else we want to follow up on?
Yeah, we can get Colin's general update. I have a typical question. Per usual.
Assume the position, Colin.
Good afternoon, committee. Colin Alexander, Senior Planner from the Department of Transportation.
It felt like you had a report ready. I did want to ask, I've got a couple of like speed cushion installations. We were given like some dates for like everything from April 2024 to August 2024. Can you kind of talk about like, I'm trying to think back, y'all are doing maybe one a month, or is that correct?
That's my latest understanding. I'd have to go back and consult with the traffic calming team to get kind of a current update on scheduling.
I guess what kind of, I guess what does that equate to in like time? Is that like that team spending 2 or 3 days, a week? How long does it take?
I believe a couple days to a week, depending on the number of cushions and the staffing availability.
I guess the real question is, what can we do to expedite it?
I'm going to have to circle back with Director Fowler and with our traffic calming team and give an update on you on that, specifically to talk through what are some possibilities in terms of expediting that process.
Just so you know, I'll be going before the fire squad at the Huffman neighborhood meeting.
Yeah.
I understand.
So-
I tell them that.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that we have at least one traffic calming project, being considered in every neighborhood of the city. So let's just call it 100, at the rate of one per month.
Well, and I will just...
We're going to be here for a few years just getting through each
Yeah,
neighborhood.
absolutely. I mean, I think we were at 150 cases, and I will remind too, as we've talked about, speed cushions are not the only traffic calming solution. So not every case needs, we're talking mostly about the 1 a month process for speed cushion installations specifically. So, some cases we review may, only need some signal improvements. Some of them may not qualify as a traffic calming case because just because you get a report doesn't mean that the data necessarily supports actual infrastructure changes. So it's not just speed cushions in those cases as we go through them. But yes, it is limited in terms of what we are capable of doing capacity wise. So I think that's a larger conversation that will need to happen with leadership, both from council and the mayor's office and also from the leadership of my department in terms of how that goes forward. So I'll bring that up with my director and we'll go forward from there.
As BDOT staff doing the traffic studies for each of these locations? And I would assume that that is one of the most time-consuming components of moving these projects forward.
That's correct.
So conceivably, to accelerate the process, that might look like contracting with a third party to perform these traffic studies, so that staff is freed up to do other things. Is that a reasonable?
I would, again, not being directly involved in the traffic calming process anymore, I would need to run that obviously with my director and talk through what the feasibility is there, but I think that could potentially be part of the conversation.
Okay. Just something to keep in mind for June of 2024.
Going through installation in that conversation too.
Yeah, that's true.
While you're having that.
Yep.
All right. Will you say a prayer for me?
As always.
Settle for that.
Yes, okay, Colin, I know that you had given us an update, so I want to piggyback off what Council Woods is saying also. Can we get like another update on what neighborhoods that are slated for traffic calming and where people are in the queue so we can report out to neighborhoods about where they are?
I can circle back with our traffic calming team and try to get that together for you guys.
Okay. Just real quick, Urban Land Institute hosted a transportation summit at the BJCC last Thursday morning, and really looking at the target neighborhoods for the areas of persistent poverty grant. So that grant is looking at areas of the city of Birmingham that have transportation barriers and trying to solve for those issues. So I know Smithfield was one of them, North Birmingham was another. There were 6 areas altogether,
Yes,
right, Colin?
correct.
But really using a lot of people who are part of like Urban Land Institute and other people who attended, like Colin and myself, kind of doing a deep dive, looking at those neighborhoods and trying to identify where the barriers are. But one of the things that was a consistent issue across all those communities was railroad infrastructure. So continue to address that, and but it's good that folks are having those conversations and trying to come up with solutions, and that there's funding coming along, ultimately trying to get to solutions to addressing not just the rail issues, but all of the barriers. So if there's no additional business to discuss, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move adjourned.
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.